Okay, this is Orion, and I am going to show you how to build a Minecraft castle today. So first thing you're going to want to do is get material. I suggest cobblestone or stone brick or something like that, but you can really use any material. It looks kind of cool either way. Sometimes even wooden and stone castles look pretty cool. Even andesite, or any of the ites, the stone things. You're gonna need torches, chests maybe for decoration. You're gonna want stairs and slabs. I may not even use, just because I'm gonna show you how it looks, I may not even use the stairs or slabs, but if you want to, you can make these cool patterns on the sides. Oh, that's a city over there on the left. This is just like a medieval fantasy world, and let me just find an empty space. I think I might even make this a server, so if I do, please join. Oh, and if it keeps lagging like this, a little trick that I kind of found out is yeah, if it keeps lagging, just go to the pause menu and screw around with the buttons. Just don't even click anything, just see if it'll turn blue like this. And once it stops lagging on the buttons for a while, just kind of do this with the mouse. Then it should stop lagging for a little bit. This is only a temporary fix. So, okay, this looks like a good space for my castle. Yeah. So for step one, you're going to want to make a little layout sort of design. You can expand this or make it smaller if you want to, of course, obviously, but I'm just going to build a small castle for this demonstration. You're going to want to count out everything, make sure it's all precise, unless you want it to be kind of going with the land and stuff. And let me just count over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of just how you start. And this is a type of castle that if you're a medieval geek like me, you know this is going to be a conecentric castle. 7, 8. Okay, and you're going to want to make all your towers the same size unless you're doing, again, a kind of non-symmetrical castle. I prefer the non-symmetrical ones. Okay. Yeah. This is not the longest step, but it's not the shortest either. Yeah, you want to make all your towers. I suggest doing cool designs with circles if you want a late medieval castle, but if you want an early medieval castle, then you should use square towers or octagonal towers or some kind of cool shape. But for this one, we're just going to make a standard late medieval conecentric castle. Now, really early medieval castles were made of wood and they were called Motte and Bailey castles. There was like a hill with a little house on the top, and then there was wooden walls everywhere. More like just a fort. Yeah, it sounds pretty derpy, which it looks pretty derpy to most people. Hate it when you press Q, trying to go forward. Anyway. Of course, it seldom happens, but I hate it when it does happen. So, yeah, and early medieval castles, it'll probably sound stupid that they were made of wood, but because most of us are used to seeing big stone structures and recognizing, oh, that's a castle, but yeah. This is step 2, where you're building up from them. Oh, and those walls, see that castle? That is Castle Orion. I know it sounds kind of dumb that I named it after myself. And I was just looking over there to see if I could, seeing if I could make pointed or a little pattern on the sides of the castle. Yeah, there's basically 2 types of towers in my opinion. 2 main types of roofs for towers. One is pointed, like that one, like Castle Orion over there was, or this design on the sides that I'm building right here. Or wait, no, I don't want that. I want it like, yeah, you can. This is step 3, details. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this before I finish step 2. I'll finish step 2 in a second. This is details. No, wait. Yeah, sometimes you can build out in the corners, sort of make corners, I guess, if you have a circular castle. Circular towers, that is. And the walls wouldn't have this design on them, the pattern that I made there. I forget what those things are called, but the walls wouldn't actually have them that often. So yeah, it's just like they wouldn't have this kind of design on it. And if you wanted to go super detail, you could put even slabs in between those little, I think it starts with a T, the word that describes them, like in between the design pointy thingies. Okay. Yeah, this is a very tiring step. If you're building a huge castle like that one over there, Castle Orion, that one takes like hours and hours to build. But I'm a pro builder, so it doesn't take me as long as most people. Actually, technically it took me, the total time was about 3 hours, but of course that wasn't just in one day. I didn't sit down for 3 hours and play Minecraft. I did like 2 hours one day, then the next day I did another hour. Okay, oh wait, I forgot to put this up here. Oh yeah, this. Okay. And now we'll move on to step 3 for the details. Sometimes I like to just go ahead and do that. The details. Yeah, so you're going to want to put the details on all 4 of the towers. And you typically, if they're in the same ring of towers and walls, you're going to want to make it the same design, like the design pointed or something. Like all the outside, usually the outside ones would be this design that I'm building here, but sometimes, but rarely, they would put pointed towers. Oh wait, I need time set. Okay, and if you saw that command there, I'll show you some more commands in other episodes. And there's some, you see how there's just kind of an open tower there? It's no real floor. I'm gonna probably skip the floor on the castle just to show you, but naturally you'll probably do that anyway. Okay, this is another sort of tiring step. They're all kind of long steps. It's not just like, okay, now you put a block here and a block here. If I did that, it'd probably take years to show you. And you can change the height of the walls depending on which wall it is. So, yeah. And sometimes I like to put little, I think they're called like trestles or something. Or is that something completely different? Please leave a comment and tell me what those things are if you can find that out. And sometimes for the entryway I'll put a little stairs or a little arch there. See, just kind of looks cool in my opinion. Little arch. In the middle, you can put a tower in the center, or you can put like a town or something, or you can put, and the reason they would have a tower in the center, let me just get a road here. I'm gonna put a town in the center just to show you, because I don't want to have to take the time to put another tower. I might put an alternative thing in the description, but for now I'm just gonna do a town. And I would put a gravel road if I were you, but yeah. Oh, I hear in 1.9 in villagers they're not gonna use gravel for roads anymore. They're gonna use this thing called pressed dirt, which is slightly shorter than grass, but it's like a slightly different color than grass blocks. And okay, and in medieval times, you may think, oh well, in Minecraft, usually you'll put like a wooden stair roof with stairs, but in reality, in medieval times, they would have thatched roofs, which means that they're made out of hay or straw or something like that, something straw-like. So I'm just gonna use a hay bale because it looks the most like straw. And houses were small in medieval times, so you're not gonna want to put huge houses unless it's like a manor house for a lord, bishop. And this is detail. This is sort of, I guess, step 4, but it can also be considered step 3. And I guess I'm just gonna use spruce doors, by the way. They look the most medieval. See, with like metal hinges. Circular handle. No, I'm not gonna put it there, I'll just put one on each side just to show you some examples. And sometimes they'd be square houses, sometimes they'd be rectangular, sometimes they'd be circular. And you may think circular, well, that's weird. Well, it's not that weird because circular homes don't use as much material and they have lots more space. Well, and circular homes, it kind of reminds me of teepees actually, because teepees, they look small on the outside, but then when you go inside, they're huge. And you're going to want to put 1, maybe 2 torches per house because people weren't rich back then, and you may think, a torch, well, that's not that expensive. Well, back then it actually was harder to make fire because you had to rub 2 rocks together or sticks or something. There wasn't just a strike-on box, but match or anything, or fuel to burn. Yeah, you probably would put like some shops or a lord's house, and I don't think you should put beds unless it's a richer house or a manor house or something, and just put a dirt floor. And I'm just gonna kind of wrap it up here. Yeah, this is, and if you want a simple castle, just do this. So please subscribe or leave a like, and goodbye. I'm just gonna wait. Oh yeah, you might want to put some torches on the outside. Okay, now goodbye for real.